This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. And as this is, I guess, the first video of 2021, Happy New Year to you all as well. Hope it all went swimmingly well at the festive season. Anyway, what have I got for you today? Well, it's a little bit of phrasing help and advice, essentially. Let me put it this way. We kind of take it for granted that when you are playing a lead guitar part or a melody or anything, a lot of the time you're kind of referencing well-known shapes and patterns on the neck of the guitar, the scale patterns, for whatever pentatonic scale or major scale or mode you're using. You learn those patterns and you have access to where all the right notes are. But here's the thing, music in general, and that includes guitar solos, isn't just about playing the notes. It's about playing the notes in some kind of rhythmic structure. And just as there are standard patterns that you can apply to the neck of the guitar to find the notes, there are standard rhythmic structures as well. And what we're going to do today is have a look at one of the most widely used rhythmic structures that's been used countless times to produce a multitude of great sounding riffs and solos and all manner of good stuff. So I'll tell you what, here's a piece of music based upon this rhythmic structure, and then I'm going to explain what's going on. Okay then, here is the lowdown on the rhythm that was underpinning that whole piece of music. It's a derivative of something called the Son Clave 3-2 beat. And what that is, well, imagine if you had 2 bars of eighth notes or quavers like this. Basically 2 bars of counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What we're going to do is accent beat 1, the and of beat 2 and beat 4 in the first bar, and we're going to accent beats 2 and 3 in the second bar. So if I just kind of quickly play through that nice and quietly and count along with it, you'll kind of get an idea of what's going on. It's going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay? Now, it's when you start ramping up the tempo and playing that at a faster pace, it becomes very, very recognisable. It would sound like this. Okay? Son Clave 3-2 beat is, as you've probably gathered there, better known as the Bo Diddley beat. And what we're going to do with that to create some interesting phrasing for lead guitar and for playing riffs and stuff is just take the first half of it. So we're just going to be doing the bit where we're accenting the 1, the and of the 2 and the 4. And if we stick a sort of sustained note on the end of that on beat 1 of the following bar, we will get something that sounds like this. I'm going to do this with a metronome so you can kind of hear it in relation to the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's what it sounds like when you accent the 1, the and of the 2 and the 4, and then stick a note on the end of it, and it immediately, well, already starts to sound, you know, like the basis of something that could be a cool sounding lick. Other things you can do with this are to stick maybe a little pickup phrase on the beginning of that, on the and, for, and, before the first 1 in terms of the rhythm. So that might sound like this. 1, 2, 3. Like that, and will excuse me, I was using the metronome on my phone and a text came through. Anyway, so that's how you can, you know, kind of create, you know, interesting and catchy sounding rhythmic licks with this. But it goes further. You can have other variations. For instance, you can double up on the rhythm like this, where you're basically taking 2 bars worth of the accenting the 1, the and of the 2 and the 4. So you could play some licks that might sound like this. You know, play several of them in, you know, in a daisy chain like I was doing there. It's a very, very versatile rhythm, this. I used it to play the melodic parts, the lead guitar parts on that piece of music you heard earlier, but I also used it to play the rhythm guitar parts. For instance, the riff at the beginning, you know, is kind of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and basically an A, G and D power chords, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. That riff is based around the first half of the Sun Clave 3/2 beat. Also, when I'm playing like the kind of chuggy power chord parts underpinning the melody, I'm not just going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So accenting on the 1, the and of the 2 and beat 4 of the bar. And then at the very end, you know, that sort of stuttery ending, it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Like that. So I'm using it there to create like that sort of dramatic ending. Very, very versatile rhythm. As I say, it's great for writing riffs, melodies, and, you know, if you can get to the point where you can do it intuitively and start throwing it into guitar solos that you're improvising, it will make them sound, you know, kind of more catchy and memorable as a result as well. So very well worth getting to grips with and a lot of fun to play with. So go away and have some fun with it. And there is, of course, a full tab for that piece of music, along with the clip that you've just seen there of me playing it and explaining it. The tab is in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, and you get a jam track as well. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is, of course, in the description. So there you go, folks. A little bit of, you know, kind of rhythmic phrasing kind of advice. You know, it's really well worth getting to know that kind of beat that we were talking about there on the 1, the and of the 2 and the 4. It just really does sound good wherever you use it, I find. And that is pretty much it for today, folks. I do hope you've enjoyed the video and found it useful, maybe informative, and maybe even a little bit inspiring. And if you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not give me a like while you're at it? I just want to say a big shout out to Dan at Scott's Guitars for, you know, thanking him for making me this utterly beautiful John Robson signature model. It's a truly high-end boutique guitar at a price that might surprise you. If you're interested in checking it out, the link is down in the description, along with all of the other links, to support the channel. Thank you so much if you're already doing that, and thank you in advance if you're thinking about doing it. Much appreciated. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day, and once again, a happy new year. Thanks for watching, folks. Look after yourselves, stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.